out on the water and around town with our host, Chris Emmons.
Hello, I'm Chris Emmons and I'm a pharmacist down here in Marathon. I came down to Marathon last year. I've lived in the Keys for a really long time and I'm in a period of transition. And you're here to watch marathonflorida.com get you on the water and around town. Each episode is going to take you to someplace very interesting in Marathon and tell you some great information along the way. I hope to be your host, but if things don't work out, my replacement will be just as educational and interesting for you. So please sit back, come with us, and enjoy the marathonflorida.com Get You on the Water and Around Town show. Hello, it's Chris Emmons, and we're back again together. And do you remember that last time we were on a wonderful adventure that we had to cut short because I got tired? Well, I'm all rested again, and so we're going to continue. Remember, we started at the head of the stretch as you went into the Florida Keys, and I was showing you some wonderful places that I know about and wanted to share with you as you were driving down to the, Marathon area in the Florida Keys. And then I got tired. And so what we're going to do so that you can catch up is we will play the last part we were at and then we'll go from there. I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay. Ready, set, go. At about mile marker 107, there is a gas station. It is called the Hess/Circle K gas station, and it is on the left. Look for the green Department of Florida signage by that gas station that will read Card Sound Road. The road is also called C905, and you will make a hard left onto Card Sound Road and then drive north about 0.4 miles. The destination is on the right, and its tall, commanding archway painted beige cannot be missed. Here we find a 2,421 acre parcel of natural land called the Dagny Johnson Key Largo Hammock Botanical State Park. We are here at Dagny Johnson Key Largo Hammock Botanical State Park. I'm standing in front of the entranceway that would have been a subdivision had it been allowed to finish in the 1980s. At the entranceway, you would have your traffic entering and when they leave, coming on this side. I'm standing in front of a huge piece of coral rock, and it was put here because this is what the Florida Keys is made of, ancient coral rock. And if you're going to plant a tree, you got to hammer into this. This has got all of the micro plants and shells from the past, and we're going to see a little more of this as we go down. But I think it's really nice that you get to see a big, huge natural piece of coral rock. The reasons that this whole area is so special is because this is a hardwood hammock, and that's not common in the Keys. But North Key Largo does have a huge state of hardwood hammocks, and that's why you get this feel like you're actually in North Florida, because these are hardwoods, not the mangrove forest or scrub. So when you come here, your soul will be uplifted and taken away. Let's take a walk. I have a few things to share. The sign on the archway reads, Dagny Johnson Key Largo Hammock Botanical State Park. But to locals who have been around for a long while, this area is Port Bougainville. And Port Bougainville has a loaded history. Here during the 1980s, there was a platted and approved subdivision being built during a time of tremendous battling over parameters of local land development growth. Prominent Key Largo locals such as Dagny Johnson, whom, if I remember correctly, owned the Key Largo newspaper, were adamant to curb development in Key Largo. I remember that those who did not wish to have more building in Key Largo were derisively named "got miners." The battle lines were drawn, and a small rat with bulging eyes, whose specific habitat is in the northern part of Key Largo, was used as one reason to stop the subdivision. It is, or was, called the Key Largo Wood Rat. I say was because a recent study estimates that between 78 and 693 of the Key Largo wood rats remain. Anyway, at that time in the 1980s, the Key Largo wood rat's fate was linked to that of the saltwater crocodile, and both were to have a haven in a reservation that was planned for the North Key Largo area. Fast forward to today, the reserve did get created and is called the Crocodile Lake National Wildlife Refuge. Back to the 1980s now, the subdivision's presence was said to add pressure to the wood rat, the crocodile, and other animals. The name on the park's plaque displays which side prevailed, and the win ended up having nothing to do with the Key Largo wood rat. So the plaque listing this parcel as the Dagny Johnson Key Largo Hammock Botanical State Park is attached to the tall beige archway in a grand archway that was originally built by the developer to match a grand subdivision. And way back then, that archway was the color pink. Pink buildings were everywhere in the subdivision and its common buildings, and I was told that even the roads were pink. It was a brutal fight back then, and the developer won the issue in court. What I heard way back when I came to Key Largo was that the bank up north that he had secured the loan from had done some wrongdoing, was having issue with the government over the wrongdoing, and the developer lost access to the funds. Ouch. Well, after the win, the state pledged to spend $23 million on the property, and their efforts entailed the destruction of every development built, except the grand front arches. Florida Keys novelist James Hall came close to chronicling the real-life battles that went on during this time of defining the future of North Key Largo in his book, Under Cover of Daylight, which is a best-selling echo thriller set in the Florida Keys. The book describes a down-and-dirty fight over the endangered wood rat and the fate of a fictional Port Islamorada. I read the book. It's in my library to share with company that visits, and I highly recommend it. It was a great read. You can read more about the Dagny Johnson Key Largo Hammock Botanical State Park. Just realize that the information will be from the winning viewpoint at the website keyshistory.org. This is the website that carries Jerry Wilkinson's lifetime work on historical Keys history. Another website to note is called abandonedflorida.com, all one word. This site is dedicated to documenting historic, lost, and abandoned sites and relics in the state of Florida with the use of text, photographs, and video. This is one of the places here that I enjoy coming to because I remember it when I first moved down here. This is wonderful coral stone work, and this was a huge, huge fountain. Wonderful accoutrements on the side, very decorative, very expensive looking. Vases here, water, and in the middle, the most gorgeous, huge fountain gurgling. I would feel remiss if I didn't share with my new friends all that I have been told about Port Bougainville when I first came down here to the Upper Keys. And so right across the street from where you were, just right, like there it is this cut-in that used to be a road to part 2 of Port Bougainville. That side was on the ocean, and this side was on the bay. And I have seen it by water. I had a small boat and could go into the basin. And they had docks that were really tall because they were for big boats. And so you could keep your boat sheltered on the bay side, and then take it out to the ocean to do your fishing or your cruising. I also was told that there was a helioport back there for helicopters. Now it's completely closed. It says this area behind this sign is closed. So I've never been back there. I wouldn't want you to go back there either. I also know that this whole stretch, just about a lot of this stretch, is a crocodile reserve, a saltwater crocodile reserve. So I wouldn't want to go back there even if I thought that I would go back there. And where we are is at mile marker 94 Bayside. And we are at the Francis Tracy Garden Center, the Upper Keys Garden Club. This is their center. And it's a beautiful spot right on US 1. Lots of mature trees, so lots of shade, cool. Again, that's rather unusual down here because most of the trees are gone and been changed to palm trees or bougainvilleas. So let's enjoy ourselves here. This is an old conch house. This is what they used to look like. This is a little bit more embellished because this is the garden club's clubhouse. It's totally cool. Oh, I love it. And yellow, did you know that yellow is one of the most friendly colors? Now I want to say what's important, and that is that there are so many trees. Honest to God, it's going to be easy for you to overlook this place. So look for shade, heavy shade on the bayside as you travel down. And I'm going to show you more of what they've got here. It is so zen. The garden center is a bird sanctuary. Who wouldn't want to be here if you were a bird? It's so shady and it's cool and there's lots of thick trunk trees to land on. Enter this garden and be at peace. This is exactly what you feel when you're here. Don't miss it. This is a community peace park, and that means that it's designed to be a peaceful environment. And behind this plaque is what was built to create peace, and what you'll see is a vortex. A vortex is a shape of great power. You think of a vortex of a hurricane or a tornado, it's bringing the energy in. You'll see vortexes when you run your bath water or in your pool. It's all about energy. So, in the esoteric traditions, you would make a garden that would go into a vortex as you bring your energy to center, to one with the divine. And so that's what this garden is behind us, and I'm going to ask my videographer to please take you into the vortex of the garden and imagine the peacefulness of the vortex, bringing the energy of peace into your heart. Look at these old trees, the stories that they could tell. We're in this magical forest and we're down in the Florida Keys. You're going to believe this. These are leafless vanilla trees. I'm not a gardener. I'd like to be. Maybe someday I will be. But would one of you guys go to the internet and look up leafless vanilla tree? Can you really eat something from here that tastes vanilla-y? I don't know. But we can spend a moment and enjoy the breeze it creates, the updraft, and the feeling of one with the past. It's so ancient. Community Peace Park. We found another peace park. I expect we're going to find very peaceful things in here. Well, heck, of course, I know. I've been here. I'm taking you. I want you to experience it all and all it be good. We are at the Old Settlers Park, and this is a very historic area. We're at mile marker 91.7 on the ocean side. This is where the settlers first settled the Key Largo area. This is the surprise, and it's a secret if you don't walk the park, because you got to walk way over to the left in the corner in the back to find it. It's a butterfly garden, and they have the natural coral rock, which they would have had to dig from underneath, lift it up. And all the flowers in here are the kinds of flowers that a butterfly would like. This really is someplace that you want to stop, and that's because of what I'm going to show you what's next door to here. Now we're here at Sunrise Cafe. This is a very well-known Cuban cafe, and I want you to know about it because you need to know about it. When you come to this area, there's a big Cuban influence. I don't want you to miss the opportunity of having coffee con leche, which is coffee with milk, Cuban style, Cuban chicken, Cuban bread, black beans over rice, yuca, and pulled pork. You can get those all here. And so first of all, I'm a little tired because we've been a lot of places. So let's go get some Cuban coffee con leche. Outdoor window. Outdoor windows down here are everywhere. Okay, come on. What Christine likes is Cuban coffee con leche with half of the sugar. And so how you say that in Spanish is, I would like Cuban coffee con leche con media azúcar. And they seem to kind of understand me. So you're next in line, okay? Have a seat, join me. This chicken is awesome. What they put in the chicken tastes so good. It's some sort of mojo sauce that's specialty to the Cuban peoples, and it is so juicy. So good. You're gonna love it. And the bread, well, I'm Italian, and it reminds me. It's soft in the middle, a little bit chewy on the sides. You're gonna love it. Remember, Sunrise Market. Have a seat for now. Come join me, okay? And look who I found here at the Sunshine Market. I found my new friend George. I mean, I always knew about this place, but I really never knew who owned it.
Hi everybody, welcome to my place, Sunrise Supermarket and Restaurant. We have authentic Cuban food in the Keys, and we bring people from all over the place, and they enjoy our food and our café con leches tremendously. So don't forget to stop on by on your way in.
Mile marker 91.7. And George, I'm so glad you were here today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for stopping by and thinking of us. We prep our meals every single day. We start from scratch every single day. So everything that you'll eat here was made that particular day.
Thanks for running a great shop.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for stopping by.
Sunrise Market is next to the Tavernier Hotel. The Tavernier Hotel has a long past. It was originally built in the mid-1930s as a movie theater for entertainment. It was designed to market the World War I vets who were here building Flagler's Railroad, and they had little entertainment. In 1939, the building was converted to a hotel for the new tourism trade, principally clients of fishing guides. I have heard it's a nice place and it is very reasonably priced. Remember these 3 sites at mile marker 91.7 Oceanside when you make it to Key Largo: Old Settlers Park, Sunrise Market, and Tavernier Hotel. Next, we will have a peek at some of the old historical homes in the area. Let's go look. Well, we just left the Old Settlers Park area, and it is old. It's one of the earliest places that was developed. So we're hardly surprised that if we go up and down some of these side streets around it, we are going to see some very old houses. And indeed, we did find some. These things are old, from the early 1900s. And you see how pretty they are, and they're kept together. You see, first of all, how high they are. These houses were raised for any possibility of a storm and a storm surge, because it was hard to build a house back then, get all the materials. They had to do what they could. You notice the steep pitched roofs that get rid of rain. They're small. Whole family would live in there. They're kind of cute, aren't they? Well, enjoy the old houses that I found for you to see. The reason why they look so nice is that if you have an old house and you put it as a historical home, and as long as you follow some parameters of what changes you're going to make to it or not make to it, then I think you get some sort of tax break on it. And so there's a little help for people to keep them nice and the way they were way back when. Hello, congratulations. You wore out your tour guide. I have got to take a break. When we come back on our next episode, we will pick up where we left off. But for right now, I gotta take a break. I gotta chill, relax, get something to drink. I know we saw an awful lot coming down from the stretch, and we're gonna see an awful lot more. Until then, you imagine what you're going to do when you get down to the marathon area and you're driving towards it. Or you imagine when you do get down here what you're going to do. Or how about when you move? Until then, I'm going to find myself something cool to drink, enjoy the sunset and the water, and I'm going to read my favorite book. You go do something fun now, and I'll see you next time on the Explore the Keys with Chris Emmons show. Later, Gator.